And welcome back. This is Northstar with another episode of my Hearts Are on 4 Gotterdammerung Let's Play. I did a little bit of off-camera micro, by that I mean I looked at which general to replace the guy who was here, my urban warfare expert with. In case you've forgotten, that was Von Lieb. Von Lieb was getting close-ish to leveling up. He wasn't going to acquire more traits before level up. I wanted to take the opportunity to start training up Schultz, who is going to gain Brilliant Strategist soon, which will make him a very impressive general. He doesn't have a lot of planning skill, but meticulous preparation will get him that. And he'll have 5 attack, 2 planning to start, and he'll just get better from there. At some point, I might be switching the Defense Academy Spirit because it gives breakthrough, and so that'll get that up. He has a lot of potential if he rolls well. So I'm starting training him by putting him in charge right now just of urban defense, because Kesselring, I want to get Organizer Infantry Leader before I swap him out. I'm going to swap him out with Lutz, because he is eventually going to be my Combined Arms expert. And to be an expert, he needs to be skill 6, so I need to get him skilled up. After that, I'll probably discontinue his training in favor of, well, maybe not. He's actually super useful, and it's hard to train Combined Arms experts, so I might just keep using him, even though he'll be eventually surpassed by some younger blood. And this guy, he won't make Infantry Leader before he skills up, so I am just waiting to replace him with Eberhard Hell. However, he will gain Scavenger from one of the focuses, so he gains Infantry Leader faster before he has that. It's helpful to keep him on a little, and I haven't given Eberhard Hell any of his assignable traits yet. I want to give him Unyielding Defense or an offensive. Well, sorry, Unyielding Defender and Offensive Doctrine if I'm going to use him defensively, which as an infantry officer, that's probably for the best line armor officers and cavalry officers for the attack. They're also more likely to roll offense skill, those. That's not necessarily a great thing when attacking, but it'll at least prevent from rolling planning if I'm doing meticulous preparation. And I guess armor has enough breakthrough, they don't need to worry about defense skill, so maybe it's actually pretty good. Anyways, so he'll be replaced soon-ish. He'll be replaced soon. This guy is far from leveling up. This guy is newly assigned. Von Beck's not going to level up. And Henrique's got a while, though. After I've relieved Kesselring, he'll eventually come back in and replace Henrique. So there's that. I looked at focuses, confirmed that, yeah, I want to finish that army bit. Then I might want to run some more of the army focuses the world. I'm only like this, and this. Because as great as these are, I can't do this if Nazi support is less than 5%. This reduces the support 5%. It gets me National Spirit, which further pushes either democracy or non-aligned. So I can't run that too long. And I'd like to do some anti-fascist raids if I could before the opportunity removes itself completely. And so I can reduce Nazi support to 0%. That's not an option with Democratic for a very long time, given I'm going to choose the democracy boosting paramilitary, I think. So I'll just keep raiding them, and I'll push communist support, and maybe some communist raids too, just for stability, but I may not have the political power to play around with for that. And I am going to switch communist eventually, so maybe not. Especially since avoiding the German Civil War, if I want to do that, requires over 50% communist support. Anyhow. want to start moving like some divisions, such as this one, this way, and prepare to take Magdeburg. I would like to bring in some of these divisions, though, if possible. Some tanks to help with that assault, because cities are hard to take. And also reduce my casualties, get Manstein to start training. Down here, I do have, let's see, these guys are not fully trained, but they'll probably suffer more attacks. Oh yeah, a couple more divisions to, if I want to really place Kesselring soon, he might suffer some penalties, but no, Von Klug's very good at what he does. And, yeah. So I'll just that, because I want to get lots of divisions training. I don't care if I lure him into attacks, because if anything, that's my interest. Yeah. Let's see. I don't like Kesselring being over, so I didn't completely finish the micro, but I did some of it, at least in terms of looking at generals and confirming my plans there. Oh yeah, I should start designating a, I'm not really doing infantry assaults anymore. Oh, pull some guys back to the reserves from these hills. I actually want them to attack, if anything. Let's see. I can't plan up in the state anyways. To go there, highlight up the attacking, and I really need these guys in this attack. Oh yeah, and I wanted to show you guys this. Got another iteration, and we'll see together what it does. Ah! More progress. More expertise. So this is... I'd actually prefer if they redid the research facility, if anything. But I need... I suspect they're going to try and attack here, so I'm going to pull this division back to the reserves. Especially with what's gone here, I might need them up this way. I can't plan the state, so... Oh, those are one plans that are already attached. I'm gonna pull these guys It's a bit of a distance, so I'm going to strategically redeploy. Just in case Northstar comes under attack, and we should be ready to go, I believe. Gotterdammerung, I'll just have to keep an eye on his leveling. Oh yeah, and I offered Finland negotiate licenses. That does exactly nothing except let me see what their licenses look like. I mean, what their equipment looks like. Like they have infantry equipment 1. And some naval designs. It's interesting. Most are relevant unless I wanted to do it in factors. But they're doing, they're losing against the fascists thanks to the Estonians. I'd rather they didn't, but I can't really send volunteers or anything. I think when the Nazis capitulate, that might cause the White Finns to lose. I'm not entirely sure. The Nazis are the faction leader. They won't have capitulated, but, well, I mean, they'll cease to exist. Estonians won't be locked out of their tree or anything, but they will surrender, I think. So if it's going really poorly here, if Helsinki falls, in particular, I might want to consider finishing the war sooner so they don't. Pretty sure White Finland does get their fascist tree. I'm not precisely sure. Once they've beat the other side, though Estonia will annex them. Of course, that does mean they proceed down their tree when they can't otherwise. Either this or this. If they annex, then they can end up doing this. They'll probably suicide against Sweden. If they go this way, they'll still suicide themselves against Sweden. I guess it makes Estonia less of a painful puppet later, or they might still have access to these focuses if they bypass or something. So it's not entirely bad. It certainly might prevent the Winter War if they attack Sweden soon enough. I may want to consider just staying out of this. The fascist takeover, they'll seal their own fate pretty quickly in a war they can't win without Nazi help. Let's see. These could. Yeah, they're seeing here because rail hubs and stuff, but probably actually want them closer to Bremen. I don't know, I might send south if I really need it. That looks like they're preparing another offensive there. Not contesting me here, so just in case, let's get on that. From here they can, I think, cover pretty much their zone, maybe not all of it. I can redeploy them. So probably try out my tanks in Magdeburg, and then I said I don't actually care if I lose the research facility. It'll set the progress back. And I think they'll pay a steep price, yeah, for displacement of the forest. Let's give this guy some experience. They wouldn't have attacked if I hadn't pulled these guys back. So, yeah. Said how quickly. For now, they're not allowed to retreat. There we go. Yeah. Go pull them back to Berlin. Or this forest here. Yeah, this forest. So, fighting withdrawal. Unless defense and fighting withdrawal. Actually, lose all their entrenchment if I do that. Leave them be for now. No, let them auto select where they can fall back to. So there's all that. I'll lose the research. Oh, I do not want to let them break out here. Not at all. Who's in charge? Gotterdammerung, why can't you beat him? Not that tough. I may have to send air support. 3 Landstrom. I doubt they're gonna attack there on the 9th and 13th. Around to here, just in case I need to draw them back out. Research facility. When they arrive, I could send divisions here. I don't want to lose this and have Magdeburg get resupplied. So, yeah, just keeping control of what I've got. Himmler is very aggressive. His AI attacks constantly, it seems. Much more than Hitler did. Which makes sense historically. He was the guy in charge of the SS, and he was a psychopath even more than Hitler, some might say. They were both. Yeah. He doesn't care about the lives thrown away in these pointless offensives. Oh, now they're winning. Maybe if I send some air support. Is that a distraction? Did they play me? Maybe. I don't see any fights here hardly except for this battle. Alright. Air support should more than tip the battle. Yep, that's where they're all win. Now he's winning there. Huh. Probably because of the air support. Or he couldn't have gone already, could he? Because they lost their air superiority. Huh? Tactics, I don't know, something. It's not attacking here, so this is a place for reserves. This is there. Ooh, it's trying to. I'd much rather they hung out there. Dug in. Barely see that, but you can see it. Oh jeez, they're getting bombed. How goes the defense of Helsinki? I wonder. Bubby. Some games have gotten like 6 aces called Bubby. It seems to like that name. They really need more names for German aces. It doesn't say where they're on a mission over. Usually if the wing they were in already had an ace assigned. This isn't to say. Huh, yeah, it's a fighter ace. But, Stutzton, all these guys. Interesting, but I do need more fighters. Artillery I'm making, I can sell. I've got maybe fighters. Got the forts right away because I will want to take advantage of that spirit because it'll actually help the war effort in terms of guaranteeing I can free up divisions to push. It's worth it, I think, for the manpower saved, even though it hurts my industrial snowball quite a bit in terms of not making civ. We're support on both sides now. Rather if they lose here. It's time to pull in 13th Infantry as reserves. This is the guy for it. When moving into terrain, it's not. You shouldn't displace Kesselring. I should put him on a plan, just so he gains organizer experience. No, don't attack the city on your own, you'll die. Whole reserves there. Now that he's under this guy, he can reinforce just as quickly. He hits harder. Kesselring, the whole reason to use Kesselring is level him, and he's a better chance of rolling counterattack. So I wanted to command men, but like so. He has a double chance of rolling counterattack because of his traits. I don't much care if they attack here. Really don't want to lose that, so I'm going to pull another division. Yeah, I don't care. Wait. Alright, these guys are falling back there. Fine. That's the division. Well, should be the 2 divisions anyways. The one falling back there and this push them out later. Won't keep the facility forever. I did manage to lure them into an unwise attack, so it's not all bad. At this point, they're joining the reserves. Yeah, I'm fine with that. They should probably go all the way up there, given how many men they lost. I got a plan to counterattack later. Cool. But I did confirm through the captures and stuff, you do keep whatever progress you don't lose through them capturing prototypes. I don't know if this accelerates their progress on the same thing if they're working on it, but yeah, just strap. But you have no work anyways. How do they get there? This leads them to attacking here. I'll reinforce it later and they'll just pay for it. Battle line, no divisions assigned. Oh. This. I see. Yeah. I'll eventually go for that. Silo, taking the airbase to Silo will actually help reduce the main bombing, so that will be something I do next. Is this a new victory point? I think it was already always there. Now I think of it. Just never really fought over it before. In the past, the Germans' force seemed to end much faster. With a quick march down the Breslau and such, but it's hard now. Especially you switched in the Grand Battle Plan and sold off your tanks. That's right. I was gonna start promoting up this guy because he's gonna be switching in to take over this guy eventually. Whereas Lutz replace Kesselring. Lutz doesn't need any promotions, so he'll be available sooner. Could give him offensive doctrine. He should actually before I swap him in. Oh well. Sorry, my voice is kind of quiet. Some people are sleeping at this hour. This is AM, not PM. With the reinforcements, this is... They even deorged someone. Division. Oh no, they're going to somewhere it's under attack. Does that mean they are overwhelmed? No. Doesn't, thankfully. Still, it's better if they don't fight if they're almost nowhere. They need to reorganize. Alright. New divisions. Yeah. Force do come with higher supply truck attrition. attrition. So it is somewhat better to keep reserves in planes if do have the trucks doing that. I actually need the increased supply. I mainly need it from Hanover, actually, so I don't have that many trucks. Yeah, in fact, that earmarks pretty much every truck I have. Some guns now, so I can train more infantry. So I want to save remaining manpower from motorized. Yeah. You can start training with the guns even if there's no trucks available. They have to learn to shoot, after all. Cool. Vesser ends. Am I moving? Where is that even? It's here. Oh. Training Minster. These guys in Brandenburg here. Mecklenburg supplies are more abundant. They should probably actually be training anyways, not in reserve. Stock supply hub. Usage and training, Brandenburg, attack. Sorry, I'm kind of muttering about what I'm gonna have them do. I'll just have them train. Assist. They use the same supplies either ways. In which case. No. Fine. Probably getting a little more supplies from Rostock this way. Yeah. Or we'll resupply priority because I actually need to make sure I get guns elsewhere. I think the training infantry brigades, they can receive better equipment, but only at low priority because they're given reserve priority. Should create a template that's elite and earmark best divisions for that. It's very micro. And honestly, I'm not that concerned with offensives. I don't like the way this battle's going. I need the reserves soon. Let's pull some in. 28th Infantry. It won't pull back as long as Schultz doesn't have urban assault yet, so it's part of why. Do not want to have to recapture Berlin. Well, my men would get a medal for it. Attacking across the river would be a hard battle. Try to avoid it. There's definitely a lot of air-to-air combat happening here. At this point, they have almost as many aircraft as I do because I have not prioritized aircraft. Fun. The infantry brigades and the smaller size make a little more sense. When I start adding rangers to my divisions, and that way I'll be able to get a lot more of them and support anti-air and stuff. Smaller divisions means relatively more support battalions, which are more efficient per man, even though they're more expensive in industry. When you're defending with infantry, smaller is probably better. It also means more organization bars, and with lots of high support percentages. Each division doesn't have a ton of work, so yeah. Just like artillery. If you have artillery, you're probably using them on defense. You don't want giant artillery divisions. You actually want lots of small ones so that their limited org is not as much of a hamper. Of course, it's easy to take costless army XP to design them. Alongside smaller infantry divisions, if you're going to avoid the stacking penalty. You don't want that much artillery, it's just expensive. Of course, you still need enough that enemies can't deal crits. Which is where, defending forts and defensive terrain, good leader traits all help. On defense, you want divisions as small as possible without suffering crits or stacking penalties. On offense, you generally want big divisions. To a certain extent. So you can concentrate fire. It's the only way you have any chance of doing crits to defenders, because defense is much more efficient than attack. These defense fires are much harder to break through for most units. Of course, tanks allow the offensive divisions to be somewhat smaller, so you can get more support artillery and stuff in the fight. People get obsessed with like 40 with this and 40 with that. Yeah, that's a huge investment army XP for very minimal gain. And that means it usually goes along with putting all your men under just like one general. If he gets wounded, usually others aren't experienced or in trouble. And it means less flexibility to, for instance, have some divisions attack and hold the enemy while others, attack. More divisions means you can subdivide them more ways, obviously. I'm going to charge my reserves, took over from him because he has more skill. Should have figured. This point is switch to that because like the other guy gets some urban warfare experience. Ring on a hill. It's not a fight you're gonna win, buddy. Sorry, I don't sneeze so much. I cough a lot, unfortunately, but something must be bothering my allergies. Probably the furnace kicking up dust here. I don't know why they're attacking here. We're outnumbered. There's a little strategic value to the province. I mean, I think there might be a rail hub, but I have other routes. Just exposes them to maybe my attacking here and then being surrounded. Maybe for flank on Frankfurt, that's all I can see. Which is only really useful if there are forts there, which there aren't yet. Oh, there will be soon. think this next one, if it, well no, when I get to 16 usable factories, one will start on that. Definitely have to do economic focuses after the army. It's good to have all these divisions here because they'll help attack here. I want more here, but I don't mind if the enemy wastes strength attacking, so. Still, they pull reserves here soon to help with the attack. Although in most respects, this is more effective on the attack. He does move faster. I do want him to get a little more experience before I swap him out. We don't like the shape of those fuel reserves. Not at all. He's gaining experience, and someday he'll be used to attack stuff. Cautious does mean he plans slower, unfortunately, but it also means he gets wounded less, at least. Generally, it's better not to have cautious because you want to plan quicker. In fact, I like reckless leaders. Quicker planning means you're not sitting still. Grand Battle Plan actually works best when you make the plans quickly and move on, not when you sit forever planning. White peace. Doesn't that mean they go back to original borders? It's not like status quo and stars. Kashmir conflict will be waged some other day. Bangladesh hasn't broken free yet. It struck up in the 70s. It resulted in the Bangladesh genocide because the US backed puppet government of Pakistan. And I say puppet not lightly. That government received the majority of its military budget from US military aid, among other things, and heavy economic aid. And the CIA regularly threatened to replace the leader with other people if he didn't do what we wanted. Carried out a genocide in Bangladesh when it tried to break free under a socialist government. Socialist not as in communist, but more like democratic socialist. Socialism via reformist means. But that was too left-wing for the CIA, and so they told this guy to stop at all costs, and he decided genocide was the right way to do it. It's one of the most horrific war crimes that the US can be blamed directly or indirectly for. Not that anyone knew it would turn out that way in this era. Can't blame people like Patton and Eisenhower for defending capitalism. They had no idea the nightmare it would turn to, mostly after Nixon. Nixon was actually the guy who was, behind that. Nixon was a real son of a, and it was Kissinger specifically who made those plans. Kissinger, now riding in hell. So, I'm sure there are jokes about Hitler stuffing a pineapple up Kissinger's rear every day, probably happening. And then them returning the favor, and because Hitler also deserves the pineapple. Or maybe it was Hitler first, then Kissinger. The point being, they're both very bad people. Hitler's obviously worse, but Kissinger was behind two genocides, the Indonesian genocide and the Bangladesh genocide. Both US puppet regimes in Indonesia and Pakistan that carried those out. And countless quote-unquote interventions that killed people as well. Not the hundreds of thousands of millions like those first two, but in the tens of thousands. Still very bad events. Yeah, I'm sure some of you hate hearing about this stuff, but I have a wide knowledge of history. It'd be a disservice not to mention these things once in a while. People really need to know. If you don't understand the past, you can't understand the present. Is Kessling ever going to send another division here? I'd like to prepare to retake that facility. Whatever, he's gaining experience, I guess. What's his ready to replace him once he gains infantry leader and organizer? He's the chief of my training divisions is... Huh? Oh, they deworked earlier. They're not fully organized yet, though. However, I need the numbers. Probably past time I pull these guys into, even though I'm low on fuel. It's a lovely song. But yeah, the point was in World War II, the US were very much the good guys. We had no idea how things were going to turn out. Just because a nation takes a turn for the worse later doesn't mean it was obvious then how things would turn out. I'm sure if you told FDR the US would be complicit in 2 genocides and have tens of thousands of homeless people on the street, still, because it was very much a thing in the Great Depression, 40 years later, 50 years later, he would have had a heart attack and maybe allied with the Communist Party of the US more firmly. He actually did have a kind of de facto, they lobby for bills that he wanted kind of thing, to try and move America in a more leftwards direction and prevent that. It's a shame FDR really did seem to want to end the worst excesses of capitalism, but it's a system that eats its own and doesn't care what individuals think in the long run. I've got naval support, but they haven't attacked here once, probably because of it. It's in the Scharnhorst exercise, but I don't have the fuel. I can do that in peacetime anyhow. Alright. I'll be fine there. Motorized division is doing their thing. Krug as the head of the reserves. No, as the head of the training divisions. He's getting experience. Not Witzman. He's head of the reserves. We'll also gain scavengers. It's good for him to get experience. If I bring this division, I think it'll make Witzman in charge of this fight, though. I actually rather do need these guys. They're gonna end up falling back soon. Rotating more reserves. Surprised the AI's keeping up more pressure on me than I thought they were capable of at this point. That, and they probably have some divisions fighting here at the same time. Shoot. Helsinki fell. That's really not good. I do think they're gonna win. Unfortunately. I hope they get the focus, otherwise if it's generic trade, they'll never get any of the resource focuses or things. On the bright side, it will mean maybe possible. Whenever it's a generic trade that takes over, the original tag perseveres, and Finland can be liberated from the whites later. Of course, most of the trade will be locked because they capitulated, so I don't know. The Soviets, I wish they would send volunteers. They could to a non-aligned, but they won't. Very much rebuilding after their civil war, and not gonna mess with anyone. I think they're the only ones who could do anything to stop that. They have enough divisions for enough volunteers. Yeah. So I made a tech off the improved infantry weapons just a little bit ahead of time. Every bit helps. Shouldn't be forgotten that anti-tank guns are also used too. Took mobile numbers already. Truck recoil. This benefits normal artillery breakthrough, which is, yeah, advanced trajectory calculations are usually by far the best. If I can get this before I tech artillery 2, then they'll start off with this. Only start off with hydraulic recoil, though. Enemies are also gained a size from that focus. Machine gun production. That'll make the new machine guns is these production missions. They can actually, they don't even update the signs. Let's see. 1, 2. I took this, I took this, this, and this. No. I think that's the production cost of stuff that hasn't been upgraded. Still check. Hope I didn't shoot myself in the foot. Huh. It's all, instead of spending the army XP to upgrade the infantry 1, and just when you tech the infantry 2, they'll start off with all the upgrades. So it's another reason why I tech that early, so I can get all these upgrades. I've been pushing them through all this time. Brutal. They should be under. Did they get there? They'll move there. I need to pull some more reinforcements in this fight. With 8th Infantry. Here. Huh? No. The goal is to get them there and then eventually there. So we can shift divisions that way. Take that facility soon. I'll get there soon. They should very soon thereafter be finished with their exercises. Alright, can dig in. I may have to pull them very soon. Price them with hell. Never hard. We'll gain a brilliant strategist from this, so. Tomorrow. And the song is, of course, if you've seen The Sound of Music, it's a song about resistance to the Nazis. That's what the song, what the whole story was. The music is nice, but it's about a family, anti-Nazi family in Austria, and they use this whole family musical gig as a cover to try and eventually escape Austria and hike into Switzerland to escape the Nazis. So it's appropriate. But yeah, Switzerland's going full cantonal power, which I think they've done strong, but they're going the cantonal power route, I'm pretty sure. The frontier defense plan, all that. So women on trains Swiss women. But I saw they're going the frontier defense plan path, I'm pretty sure, and full cantonal power. What that means for me, since their cantonal power is still strong, assuming they don't start reaffirming it, is they can't ban the Swiss Communist Party. Oh, they can now. Shoot. I was gonna say it might be easy to flip them communist. I think I saw their elections are weird, and even if they're majority communist, they don't actually flip. So it's not like I can push them by 39. But via the Civil War Folks Commissariat system, we'll see if they keep the cantonal powers. If they go back to full, it might be possible. Be nice. That would be the first minor country I flip. Czechoslovakia, on the other hand, I did notice this, I forgot to point out. I was wondering why I disliked them so much. It's because they actually are going communist. This comes not from them, but from the Netherlands. Although, leftist rhetoric means that they took go left. People unified under one will. But to actually proceed, they have enough communist support because the Fourth International. So if they take this before the taking anti-communism support, they'll go communist. Otherwise, they'll be locked out of their tree. And they have to actually flip via elections, I think. Czechoslovakia and Switzerland would be the easiest ones to flip, especially if they get the communist influence thing. Hungary, Austria are going to be much harder. He's got the giant new tree. Romania is very flexible. They can go with whatever. I think right now they might be going pro-British, pro-Allied. Even though Great Britain is not democratic, well, they can't, so they're probably actually going pro-Soviet, or Soviets have to form faction. Or I do. I don't know if this will change to communist. Well, it's saying fascism even though not fascist, so they never updated this. The Soviets are probably the first form faction, so they'll probably go a Soviet communist. They might go, if they don't get locked out of their own tree, by the Dutch here. Their influence, and I can flip them. Austria and Hungary are going to be harder. Possibly require an invasion of Austria, and it sparks a war in Hungary. I say invasion because I get it via the focus tree, so it's where is it? Liberate Austria. I'm pretty sure this will lead to an invasion. I guarantee him I could just bypass it if I really wanted, but of course Italy. But I think if they reject their referendum, I get a puppet Morgul on. So maybe pushing to Austria and Hungary. Or trying to spark civil wars in them. Switzerland. Across here, probably civil wars. Czechoslovakia probably flipped by election in Romania via royal decree. I have no idea what Bulgaria is doing, and Yugoslavia is taking the fascist collaborationist path with Italy. Greece is either... it's hard to tell. They've crushed the monarchists after bringing back in the government, or whatever. They're actually being smart about their decisions and delaying folks to seeking more war support, but I don't know if they'll go Byzantine, or they'll focus on the army, or they'll go, they could go any ideology, democratic, fascist, or communist. The only thing they won't be doing is not aligned. So I'll have to keep an eye on Greece. Spain will definitely not be going communist. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the Volks commissary stuff works. If it works well, you know, all that. This is a little lightly defended for my taste. Now, and shift men along lines. They would attack here, it would be to my advantage because they pull in the reserves. Palace attack and attack them while they're not entrenched. But they seem not interested in that. Combat right now is this. Oop, here comes a massive attack. Okay, just what I asked for. So this, then I pull reserves to northeast. Then I push them out of the research facility again. Experience for Kesselring. And for him, we're going to have to replace incredibly soon. Think of it in a role-playing sense as he's becoming too popular, too skilled, politically connected. He has like an uncle or something who's same last name, who's actually a field marshal. So, in fact, he's the one you start with. I don't know, maybe that was fun, or a wrath or something. There is one of them, von Blumberg, this guy, Werner von Blumberg, Grimbow, but there's, so I'm assuming he's pretty connected. I'm still a non-aligned authoritarian government, military junta, kind of governments that make military appointments for political reasons too often. Alright, Eberhard Hell can receive his next promotion. Offensive Doctrine. It's time to place him, because I'll probably forget. He'll be given the scavenger trait soon via focus. I'll promote him to a field marshal, and then he can be brought back at some point when I have the right academy spirit. Or for now, this guy has more skill pretty much across the board. He's about to get better, even via focus. So, and for those who remember, he used to be like the winter warfare expert for a new focus tree, so it's kind of fitting to have him fighting in rougher terrain. He even looks like he's dressed for like the woods and cold. Gotterdammerung is gaining experience in infantry that are so slow, I don't understand. Of course, I don't think he's in charge of any of the current fights, but he's been in charge of a lot of others. Urban warfare at least grinds quickly. Alright. Wing here. Pull the reserves here. But this is going so poorly. I'm gonna pull these guys now, even though they'll lose entrenchment. What's the point? I'll even have to place one, but then he also gains scavenger via focus. So another reason to train him before he gets that and levels up everything else slower, like organizer, trickster. Those would be useful to have someday. Particularly organizer. Give him logistics whisper, and if I keep using him in charge of reserves, you can have men gathering extra supplies further back from the front where there's more, before marching up to relieve others. Very useful trait to have, if you don't mind burning command power for a little combat edge. Which I don't, since with Grand Battle Plan and Quick Improvisation, I'm simply drowning in it. Should also get this. Not too long. Next focus will get me it. The coordination will be nice. Help my smaller divisions all focus on one target at a time. They'll learn branch in our operation. Yeah, makes sense that we give coordination. Though canonically that's like coordination with the Air Force, but whatever. Keep fighting here, I don't mind. I'll gain experience. He's an infantry officer, so he can infantry leader quickly. Rangers, because he doesn't have any traits yet. Isn't the 8th infantry pulling back here? I told him to. So they've canceled for some reason. Not sure why. They need the reinforcements. I think I'm so bad. Pull some of these men. Because I'm very low on fuel and use infantry, not the because there's a chance of them getting attacked if they go this way. Hold up. Oh yeah, tanks are fully trained. They're not at full strength yet, though. So they could be useful in combat. Even on the defense, tanks are still hardened units. Just need a unique color for them. Purple. Doesn't look like any other color here. trains here. Then I can have them cross the river. Help here if really necessary. Those tanks, these infantry. Yeah, I should win. Then having exhausted these divisions, I can counterattack. These guys replace their losses and then they'll march here too. Battle lines are surprisingly thin up here. This hill hasn't been attacked for a long time. I have way too many divisions here. I'm on that attack. Definitely won't want them on that attack. I guess someone's gotta worry about counterattacks, but I'm gonna put them up there. It's past time. Fifth and 36th Infantry. Oh. I'm sick of these attacks. To unselect them and reselect them and then shift. I'll switch them to normal marching when they get here. It might cause me to suffer attacks here, but whatever. To gather more divisions here for push of Munich. Or to surround it to cut off. Really? Did I lose? How did I lose there? I had so many divisions. Oh, some of them are probably still in reserves. Like, these are fully organized. They are. Well. Let's get them there. Tanks are waiting. Because the spies, they can't plan, but there's another battle here. Maybe they just didn't want me to threaten this facility. I don't know. Whoa. How'd they even deorganize, guys? Mud? Really? Well, at least it'll help on the defense. They can sit in reserve, I suppose. Could try covert push this way. Yeah, I might do that. eventually. Nah. Trying to think where else I might want them. Oh, here. When I get the chance, I'll go to probably push on Pittsburgh. He's trying to break out. The encirclement. I shall not allow that. Some reserves. These relentless attacks are really getting my nerves. I need to pull in these reserves. I really need that radio. Tech. Per radio 35 days. It's like a focus. Finally can get mass-produced raiders. Help my naval output. At this point I can just about start saving for this. That's exactly what I'll do. Get bracket shooting. There's probably some other Navy thing I can pick up. Or I could save for 39 stuff. Maybe I will. Industry. That's right. Can't forget the industry tax. This is good infantry equipment. This is good industry. Maybe the other way around. Since if you save up a lot of days, you get less funding for, yeah. In which case, this go to instruments max, and this go to infantry equipment as soon as this is done. Moore's being absolutely relentless in his counterattacks, but I shall soon have them. They haven't gone to extensive conscription yet, have they? No, they should be just about out of men. I don't understand. I thought they were already out. They get an event that gave them men or something? They are getting events because they have this. Although it doesn't tick. So they get the best of both worlds. I wonder if they're getting SS events from having him or as the leader. Volunteers or something. Pittsburgh could be good. Pittsburgh. We'll see. time I'm ready to replace him, we'll have given offensive doctrine to this guy. I guess that's not bad. Oh, sure, pull out right before I attack. I don't mind. What does it think I have enough of for a new wing? Not that many bombers. Cass? I'm tempted, just to maintain their superiority, to start training Cass. However, the fuel situation, I may want to wait a little bit. I mean, they do contribute when they're doing missions. Though they don't contribute when they're not. Cass are also harder to shoot down than tactical bombers. May not look like it. They're easier per plane but harder relative, but when on close air support they lose a lot of their agility, 2.5, so because they're lit up with bombs. So attack are actually pretty easy to shoot down. Test airspace casts are more efficient. But the production lines, in terms of my long-term interests in enlarging MAOs, but in terms of winning this war, probably would have been better off with casts because it would have lost a lot less to enemy fighters. Not that I've lost that many, but I've lost some. Anyhow. These guys are fully reorganized. And these haven't even replaced their losses. I guess I can wait a day to attack. And they're pulling another division, but they're also bring one in. Darn it. I'll attack while these guys are gone before they arrive. La. Time to attack. Right into an ambush. Darn it. So wait a little longer. Really would rather these guys replace the losses. Still not full. Not at full manpower yet. Template would have them at 6,600. So they haven't replaced their manpower losses, nevertheless. They have supply here, I don't understand. I don't think I need this anymore. Supply is a bit tight, I do. it sends the divisions elsewhere. Anyways. They'll reinforce like the training queue and stuff with more trucks. Speaking of which, they don't have a full complement of trucks, but they're close. This does help them with rebuilding quick. In terms of output, they're more efficient. In terms of labor efficiency, they're less. Bigger farms tend to produce less, but produce more per person working them. Which is why forced collectivization, even if people don't resist, can result in food shortages, if you have a bad year especially. But yeah, in a country with a fragile food system like the Soviet Union, collectivization is not a great idea. It makes more sense, more like France, that was never going to risk a famine. Or Germany, which, although agriculture productivity was relatively low in Germany, in terms of labor efficiency, they weren't in huge danger of famine. There was some room for larger farms, which is why I form agricultural cooperatives. It's not forced, but just voluntary. This isn't even real collectives, it's just cooperatives. So the farms eat each other, get some of the benefits of economies of scale, even though they're still independent. Anyways, I do think been looking at, and I think that Spartacus League policies and the right opposition actually do align. So I'll probably join their faction when it comes time. Then I can become the spy master, help me with flipping countries quick. Because they'll contribute to the spy limit a lot. And the AI usually lets the player be spy master, they're programmed to. If you look at the acceptance for the decision, it even says human player or something like that is a factor. Wouldn't mind them attack here and wear themselves out. Put them in Stuttgart. Cities are best defended by Lindstrom. Try not to have fully trained divisions in this guy too often. Strategic. There we go. That way so they don't get attacked. Yeah. Here we go. Was this replaced? Attack under cover of night. Do I catch those darn spies, which I'm not sure I can do with an intelligence agency. No planning is possible here. Really? What? Wait for how long until these guys arrive? Yeah, wait for reinforcements. It's more skilled anyways. Oh yeah, infantry. So I don't forget. Oh, I already gave him that. Oh, Manstein. Almost forgot about him. I haven't promoted, so. Really? Oh. Just waiting for, Gotterdammerung to gain infantry leader then. Give him ambusher. Hmm. Yeah. Probably just, well, yeah, what I probably should do is promote. Where the heck is he? This guy to Field Marshal. Let's bring him back someday. No. Maybe not for a bit. Anyway. I reached 100-minute mark here. This is kind of long. Just about to. Yeah, I'm just gonna actually put them all under this command. Leave that little arrow. Pull these guys here, actually. Might even bring the motorized into this fight. Oh, shoot, that puts him one over. Fine. Technically be part of that group. So I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna launch my attack to reclaim this facility. Maybe bring in some tanks finally. the next video. So I wish you all the best. Take care of each other and be easy on yourselves. Thank you for watching, and good luck.